We cap this action-filled Super Sunday with hostilities from the 18-under tournament of the North Division as a struggling home team would try to stop the bleeding of their consecutive losses as they lock horns with a formidable division leader as we bring you the live coverage of the games of the Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Ninth and last game, hatid sa inyo ng ating Apex Gaming 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Jaime Mender pa rin kasama si Migs Gomez. Hatid sa inyo ang aksyon on this Sunday evening, and what a night it has been.
It's been 3 straight games wherein the outcome was decided by a buzzer beater or a game-winning play. So, folks, I'm sure, or I hope at least know that we are in it for one last ride at least for tonight.
And let's jump right into it. No, Manila looking to bounce back on that defeat just yesterday against Rizal, and it was a sorry loss para sa kanila.
Well, in this game, they gave out 20 steals to Rizal, which is not good. Kalahati nga lang din yung kanilang output in that category. And also, in terms of more effort, second chance scoring natin, 18-4 in favor of Rizal. And so, these are some of the departments na pwede natin bantayan tonight for Manila.
Want to avoid back-to-back losses nga and try to get out of that bottom cellar. Samantala, Mandaluyong really trying to take a hold of that top spot in the team standings, and they had this dismantling of Valenzuela in their previous game.
Now, we mentioned the effort on the glass because of the second chance scoring for Manila in our previous graphic. Now, we mentioned rebounding again, this time in favor of Mandaluyong, a +14 for them versus Val City, and they took care of the ball. They forced 24 turnovers. In return, they also scored 36 easy ones, and so tignan natin kung magagawa ulit ng Mandaluyong now on the road against Manila.
And a couple of players would want to closely look at in this 18-under matchup. Of course, we have Stanley Troy Gicoso for the Manila Pirates and Russell Bayani naman for the Junior Microsmith.
Well, Russell Bayani has been very dominant in this season, number 2 in the league in scoring and number 9 in rebounding. Gicoso himself is number 8 in scoring, but I would like to highlight the efficiency of these two guys because in the 18-under division, these two are the most efficient guys shooting from the field. Bayani is at a 60% clip shooting the basketball, and then 57% naman si Gicoso on the other end.
And interesting makita kung makasustain nila yung efficiency na yan in this ball game. And wag na natin ulit patagalin pa. Our last ball game for today, we turn it over to our venue announcer for starting lineup.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to San Andres Sports Complex, Manila City. Here we go for the main event of Apex Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural Season. It's time for your Manila Pirates 18-under and Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith 18-under. Introducing first the starters of Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith 18-under. And now, let's meet the starters of Manila Pirates 18-under. Shooting guard number 1, Stanley Troy Gicoso. Playing power forward number 15, Earl John Cotsarno. 16, point guard Brian Tupacio. Shooting guard number 18, Jerson William Ang. At center number 34, Antonio Miguel Santos. The head coach of Manila Pirates 18-under, Coach Wilson Nang, and assistant coach Bernard Lorenzo. The game's official, crew chief Nino Perez, Bon Rajo, and Jason Yap. Okay na, coach.
About to tip off in this 9th game of this evening and the third between these two cities. Virtual rubber match nga dahil Manila was able to escape with that victory in their 14 under matchup. Samantalang Mandaluyong got that victory in yung kakatapos nga lang nating 16 under matchup. Last game, 18 under naman. First 2 points nakuha dito ng Mandaluyong. Starters natin, we have Gicoso, Quaterno, Topacio, Ang, and Santos for the Manila Pirates. And for Mandaluyong naman, we have Cruz, Gailos, Palad, Casera, and Tabinas closing out their 5.
I have to say, this guy, Cruz, has been looking so animated at the start of this game. I'm not sure if that's his identity, that he really plays with so much flair, but we will continue to observe.
And with a hair like that, Migs,
Oo.
hindi mahirap makita kung how much intense or yung energy na binibigay ng batang to. As that field goal would give the Manila Pirates the opportunity to take a seat. As yung mga tradition nga, a lot of teams here that without the first point, they would keep standing.
You know, I actually am for that tradition. I do have a dream because of home court advantage in the MPBL and the junior MPBL. I hope the fans will adopt that anytime soon. You know, if they can also stand up and wait for the basket of their or the first basket of their home team, then that would be a nice feat. And only the MPBL can do that.
I can imagine that happening, Migs, na and yung unison pa.
Yeah.
It's like the wave, no? Kapag nandoon sa mga bigger stadiums and
Oo.
you know, the people call for a wave. Kapag may college games din, di ba? Usually
maganda rin
the
yun.
crowds are doing that. They can adapt that as well. You heard it here first from Migs Gomez, junior MPBL. Just making sure we capture that for those listening, and baka nga ma-adapt ninyo sa inyong mga liga. As Quaterno will miss on that shot. Here is Russell Bayani leading the break. Beautiful find. This is Palad with a layup. Now 5-2, 3-point lead para sa Mandaluyong. Ang finds Quaterno. Will miss. Santos would try again pero won't convert.
I'm happy to see that Manila has a good press break. Obviously, that was a problem of their 16 under division team, which cost them 30 plus turnovers just a while ago. They could have at least lessened it to win the game. They lost by only, what, 1-2 points? And so the question now is, yes, you do have the press break, but that's only one part of the equation. The other part is converting once you cross through the half court.
Palad once again. Looking for the foul. None would be given, but there to rescue him is Russell Bayani. The second leading scorer nga to ng ating 18 under division. Showing us why.
And again, he shoots at a 60% clip. For those of you who do not understand that, basic math tayo dito, every 5 shots of Russell Bayani, he makes 3. But he does have one problem though, and that is his fouling. He has fouled out numerous times already in the junior MPBL. I actually have his average, 3.3 fouls per game. Itong si Russell Bayani.
And on pace to get at least 3 fouls in this ball game. Dahil first quarter, nakaisa na siya. Still 7 and 21 remaining.
At off the bench yan, sa lagay na yan. He did not start in this game. Forward pass.
Another beautiful escape here para kay Palad, giving us a power move. Brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the junior MPBL. Gandang lead pass nga. And despite 2 defenders trailing, Palad able to finish despite that contact.
So that's 5 early points in this game now for Palad. He looks to be a good running mate for Bayani on the break. I tell you, having Russell Bayani, who already seems to be playing over his age, and I say that, you know, as a sign of respect because the game looks to have slowed down already in his mind. He plays at a very mature rate. If you're teammates with a guy like that, that is an absolute tool for you to try to improve your own game, because you can learn from him, and at the same time, he makes and breaks down the game easier for you.
And that's one of the reasons they are holding an 8-point advantage, 10-2 sa ating first quarter.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play.
Never underestimate the power of prayer, as head coach Jay Cruz ng Team Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith will be using this as their secret weapon in order for this team to bounce back from their previous loss. Naging maganda naman ang kanilang rebounding department, 47-33, kaya ngayon hopefully daw madala nila yung ganong aggressiveness when it comes to rebounds. Dapat daw lahat gumagana since wala naman silang 6 foot tall na player. Let's see about that later on, as we thank Apex Gaming 88 for being our constant companion dito sa Junior MPBL. You may play it on your phones anytime and anywhere. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Keep it fun mga kaliga, game responsibly. Parental supervision is advised. Back to the panel.
Santos gives a 2 para sa Manila off that timeout. Maagang timeout nga, tinawag dito ng Manila after this run by 10-0 run by Mandaluyong.
Yeah, they absolutely had to call that one, because Mandaluyong really controlled the pace. But now they're off to a good start off of that timeout on both ends. Just as I say that, they turn the ball over.
Look at Bayani's patience. Pinakagat lang yung dalawa. And that 60% field goal shooting with shots like that, not really surprising.
I hope you saw the spin on the ball as well, because that's a testament to his maturity, his IQ, that he doesn't have to put out his full athleticism to convert for those 2 points. Problem though is that Bayani looked to have injured himself in the previous play.
Parang paika-ika nga back to that bench as we once again look at that Bayani move, showcasing what you just mentioned, Migs. Playing mature basketball. A 3 ball will miss para sa Mandaluyong. Manila, outlet pass to Gicoso. Nice find for his first 2. Just might be the basket he needs to wake up his offense, as yun nga, Manila trying to disallow itong Mandaluyong to build an early lead. Na yung medyo hindi na sila lilingunin pagkatapos.
Now, Gicoso has to understand that the pressure is on for Mandaluyong from the backcourt. He's not going to get all of those outlet passes right away, and he has to put himself in a safe place to receive that basketball.
Still a 6-point lead here para sa Mandaluyong. They go to Gicoso once again. They swing it. A corner for 3, that's short. Mandaluyong will track it down. Mabagal naman yung pace natin dito, no? Compared dun sa ating 16 under and 14 under game, na talagang medyo frenetic yung pace. At least in the first, no? And teams talk about that a bit, Migs, no? Yung pace, and you put it perfectly dun sa 16 under matchup, that when Manila, every time they slowed it down and not played to the pace na preferred nga ng kanilang kalaban, that it allowed them to get back to that ball game.
Well, pace, I think, is relative, at least for this day. It's relative to 2 things. Number 1, to the style of play of a team, and number 2, to the age bracket. I like that you brought it up, because number 1, as you can see it in this game as well, no? The pace is trying to be pushed by Mandaluyong. They're trying to play faster as compared to Manila. Manila's trying to play fast as well, but obviously not as fast as Mandaluyong. And now we go to the second part, which is the age bracket, as you get to see a 2-pointer come in for Manila. Yes, people will try to play fast, but it will be at its fastest in the 14 under division. Second fastest, 16 under. Third fastest, yung 18 under natin, because of the maturity of the players, which means the game has slowed down in the minds of those who are older. They're able to break defenses down a lot better. Press breaks are also more established. That's why kahit na binibilisan ng mga teams natin, nababagalan pa rin as the counters because of the age difference that we have here in the junior MPBL.
Well explained, Migs. Parang mas naintindihan ko nga, and as I look at the 14 and 16 matches that we just witnessed and the 18 under that we're watching right now, and how those points relate to what we are seeing, talaga may diferensya, no? It's really just, sabi mo ng 2 years removed from the 16 under matchup, pero the maturity of the players, kitang-kita natin yung very evident from what we were able to watch the first 2 ball games between these 2 squads.
And by the way, age is also inversely proportional to maturity, because the age difference is even more felt when you're younger. To put it in a in a good analogy, folks, love life pa lang. If you date a much older or younger person at a young age, mas ramdam mo yun. Pero kung matanda na kayo, hindi mo masyadong mararamdaman yun. The same applies in basketball. Yung maturity level natin, nagmamagnify yan when you are at different ages, no? I hope that makes sense to a lot of people.
You know, I do think it makes sense. Hindi lang ako makarelate, but I mean, if yun yung analogy mo nga, I'm sure it's coming from somewhere, Migs. So I trust you when you say na it does relate to our love life. kung ganun nga natin na ikukumpara, no?
I hope that doesn't appear to be a hugot to a lot of people, because I'm talking about age in love lives.
2:55 remaining. Still a 7-point advantage dito para sa Mandaluyong. We want to kind of go home with a virtual series win. It was both squads nga. They split yung kanilang assignments in the 14 and 16 under matchup. And both games, actually, for those who missed it, were off-game winners. So medyo malaking pressure para dito sa dalawang to na ganun din maging ending ng kanilang matchup. But Gicoso trying to keep in step dito sa Mandaluyong, chopping this lead down to 4.
Well, this is good. If you're Manila, the game is slowed down. And now, as opposed to what I told you during the break in the first time out, looks like Manila has a good chance.
Yun yung sinabi natin kasi yung Mandaluyong in that earlier matchup nga, they trailed 19-10 in the first. Right?
Oh.
And that was behind yung press, which Mandaluyong is still applying right now in the 18 under division. Pero nung binagalan nga nila, that 9-point lead immediately evaporated just because they had a more conscious effort to slow it down.
Ito yung sinasabi natin. Dahil nga, mas nararamdaman natin yung counter because of maturity in the 18 under, yung pace natin ay mabilis na magbabago. As Pundalan scores.
Punzalan, 3-pointer. So, outside shooting here for the Mandaluyong junior. Microsmith working in this first quarter. Leading by 7 once again, 20-13. Interesting to see nga Russell Bayani, who we saw na medyo may iniinda when he got subbed out earlier. Still on the bench. Wonder if he would still be tasked to go back in this ball game, or nga alagaan na lang nila. Mandaluyong is atop of the standings, and they are holding a 7-point lead. Baka pagka dumikit itong Manila and threaten, we might see Bayani back in this ball game.
Today actually has featured a ton of stars being out because of injuries. It hasn't been a good trend.
As Orbania misses on that 3 ball. I guess may pros din yan if other players can find their spotlight din. That without Russell Bayani nga in this ball game, that showcasing sa kanilang coach na, oy, pagka foul trouble itong si Russell Bayani, that you can actually rely on me to be able to be that able scorer.
That's right.
De La Cruz Kick it out to Gicoso. They have 8 to work with. Pass inside, stolen by Mandaluyong. Flies inside, won't go. The masked man underneath misses, but he will go to the line for 2.
I tell you, that's not easy, playing with a mask. Ang maganda nowadays, and I heard this from a couple of MPBL players who do wear masks as well. No? The masks nowadays are much better, visually. Because before, the ones worn by Richard Hamilton and the like, mas contained yung mata mo, yung peripherals. Ito, kung makikita mo, yung butas, it stretches to the side. You only have to protect usually your nose with that mask. So, wag mo naman sana ma-compromise na yung vision mo.
Well, in this case, Tabinas hits the first but misses on the second. And dyan na nga mauubos ang ating oras for our first quarter, 21-15. We'll finish with a 6-point lead para sa Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith. Silipin muna natin ang ating Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. That handoff to Russell Bayani for that beautiful finish.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Back with the second quarter of action. Dito pa rin tayo live from the San Andres Sports Complex in Manila, bringing to you the 9th and final game of this Super Sunday. At para sa ating Apex Gaming 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, and the layup bibigay sa atin dito ni Palad. Kababalik lamang sa ball game. Of course, scoring once again. He had that strong start sa first, helping Mandaluyong build this lead, and the Pirates has been trying to come back ever since. Go to Villanueva. Kick out. Open for 3. Short.
I actually admire their unselfishness, the way they have been passing that basketball. They've tried to stay patient against the pressure defense of Mandaluyong.
Santos. Look at your big man running that break.
Good job rewarding the big guy.
Mas lalong gaganahan yan ang mahanap mo every time he runs the floor.
That's why I pleaded the case that when you have a big man running, as now Mandaluyong drains a three-pointer, it's practically mandatory for you to give up that ball to him.
Punzalan hits that three-pointer. Another steal here para sa Mandaluyong. Looking for an eye-on-the-sky play. Dun si Punzalan and Awa. Yan, ang hinayang din nga si Punzalan after missing that pass. The 3-on-1 fast break, di sila nakapag-capitalize.
Ganda ng press break, oh. That's simple.
The man in the middle, as you say. Villanueva, second try, still won't go. Fast pace dito, Mandaluyong. Every time they have an opportunity to run a break, talagang tinatakbuhan nila itong Pirates.
Now, this is also one thing that the kids can learn. Yes, you can break the press easily, but it doesn't mean that you have to attack each and every time. You only have to break the press. If you don't think you have an advantage, don't rush. You've already broken down the press. You did not lose as much time. You can still set up your half-court offense.
Minsan nakaka-tempt na parang gusto mo i-reward yung sarili mo na na-break mo nga yung press.
Yeah.
Diba? And maybe the first instinct would be, oy, may advantage kami kasi na-break nga namin yung press. Tapos another 3 here para sa Mandaluyong.
Wow.
So kung gaano kaalat yung kanilang 16-under team in the matchup earlier, ganun naman sila kainit dito sa first half.
And that's not good because Mandaluyong is #1 in the league in points in the paint. If you can add 3-point shooting to the mix, then that's inside and outside hurting you.
Ito na nga, double-digit advantage na para sa Mandaluyong. Their biggest lead so far in this ball game, 29-17. But foul will be called here against Mandaluyong as Villanueva finds himself on the charity stripe with 7.5 remaining in our second.
Ang layo ng quality, no? The way these teams have been executing, they've been breaking presses. The defense as well, obviously, is of high quality still. But this is the maturity part of it. Mataas kasi yung growth mo. Ito na yung sinasabi natin inversely proportional. Mataas ang growth ng maturity mo hanggat bata ka pa. And then uunti-unti ang growth level yan as you grow older. And so, while you are younger, try to learn as much as possible.
Be a sponge, right?
Yes.
Yung mga makukuha mo pa, mapupulot mo. And maybe itong just crossed my mind just now, Migs, no? Yung baka ito yung nahihirapang mag-press break nung 16 under sila and then getting, you know, those lessons from the times that naagawan sila ng paulit-ulit.
Yeah.
And now that they are in the 18 under, couple of years older, then I've seen this.
Tama.
I've been a victim of this press. Now I know how to break it.
There you go. You put it perfectly. I've been having a hard time trying to contextualize it the best way. I don't know if it's because it's the last game on a Sunday.
I can totally understand. It is your 6th game as well.
But
Meantime,
boy,
punta muna tayo kay Daphne Cristobal for a report. Daphne?
Hanggat wala pa sa dulo, patuloy nakakapit itong 18 under Manila Pirates. As the captain of the ship, head coach Wilson Ang shares with me that his feng shui is for his squad to work hard and claim that positive energy to clinch a win this evening. Gabi na, pero dapat uuwi silang may mga ngiti sa mga mukha nila. Ngiti kaya ang matutuklasan natin mamaya. Ano sa tingin nyo, Jaime at Migs?
It's a very interesting report from Daphne. Some feng shui.
And when you have Chinese people talking about feng shui, they go through a lot of lengths just to make sure that they're following it. I even heard some feng shui wherein they only play, 8 to 9 players in a game just to follow it. Meron din akong kilala na ever since he started winning, he never changed the starting lineup, even though he wanted to. But because of feng shui, he had to stay with it.
I guess may kanya-kanyang ano din talaga mix, no? Yung whatever works. And kung tuloy-tuloy nga naman ang pagkapanalo mo, or it does address, you know, losses na paggaling kang talo, ito yung ginawa mo. In the case of Manila, they lost yesterday. And by all means, di ba? Hack there. Seen from Mandaluyong. Still a double-digit advantage, 29 to 19. 5:40 remaining sa ating second quarter. Go to the corner for 3. That won't go. Able to track it down. Estabinas giving another opportunity here for the red shirts. They swing it, but loses the basketball. Agawan ng bola. 2 white shirts against 1 red shirt, and a loose ball foul will be called here against the Pirates. Signaled against Villanueva, and that is team foul number 4. Yep. Almost thought 2 free throws na para sa Mandaluyong, but that would be on the next foul.
Ang galing, no? Kontrolado yung laro. There's no chaos happening right now. There have been some fast break opportunities, but still, they've been well calculated. It's like moments like this.
As Bandalan gets that end one to go. Favorite ko to si Bandalan eh. Kasi every time he uses the glass, I get to say, binanda lang.
Akala ko naman may iba pang special reason. Witty lang pala itong partner ko.
Getting that escape and a much needed basket. Dahil yun nga, palubo na ng palubo ang kalamangan dito ng Mandaluyong. By the way, that is a power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Able to complete that 3-point play.
Okay sana kung off the glass and in din yun. Yung free throw na yun, no?
Parang panindigan na niya, no? Another 3 ball would miss. Tip in also. Won't go. Tatakbo dito kay Sido.
Wow.
Takes it all the way. Look at that big man run.
So in a way, when he lost that ball, it kind of helped him. Naging buwelo niya yun for that 1-2 on the layup.
Ano naman yung positionless basketball na tinatawag nila? You don't have to give it up to a guard. Diretso mo na. Swing it to the corner once again. Teodoro will try. Way off. Great hustle shown here by Casera. Getting that offensive rebound. He'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Man, I wish we have a good crowd to witness this game because it's not like this is not good quality. It is of good quality. I commend the players for putting their hearts out. I actually won't be surprised if we're going to go down the wire again. Might as well because this series has been decided by single possessions in the prior divisions.
And nakikita ko nararamdaman ko sa parang ngiti sa mukha mo na it's a smile that sees quality basketball.
Yes.
You know?
Walang lumalayo. The Manila team seems to have answers each and every time lumalayo ng paunti-unti itong Mandaluyong.
It's a nice find inside. Sabong sa ere. Foul will be whistled here against the junior Microsmith. This was Casera. Siya naman mapipituhan after being fouled on the other end. Mga barkada siguro to.
Barkada yan. Hindi kaya kaklase. We have to remember, as much as Daphne mentioned, this is the last game for today. Gabi na. Gustong manalo ng mga players natin. Bukas dadalhin nila yan. In their school. Siyempre, as basketball players, you would know about this, Jaime. We get to be very emotional. Each and every time we play basketball, especially with high stakes, pag panalo ka, happy-happy ka. Pag talo ka, malungkot na malungkot ka. And sometimes, it stretches out to how many nights.
And yun nga, alam naman natin kung anong oras na. So kung kaling ka sa talo dito sa matchup nito, tapos bit-bit mo yan sa paghiga mo, diba? I mean, I'm sure, parang ang daming tumatakbo sa isipan mo and baka hindi ka pa nga makatulog nga, as you said.
And that in itself is a lesson for these youngsters. We get to feel that when we're young. But as we grow older, we have to be learning the maturity part, which is learning how to let go and learning how to move on and use your losses as motivation.
So 32-28. Now just a 4-point advantage. Make that a 2-point advantage after that basket by Castro.
Ang bilis. Let me check the biggest lead. It was 12 points.
12-point lead para sa Mandaluyong. Nababa na nga sa dalawa dito ng Manila. So we see Bayani back in the ball game. Nice to see him back. Baka nga kailangan na dahil dumidikit na itong Pirates.
But he might not be playing at 100%. He's limping right now.
Another J would miss though para sa Manila. Redshirts will run. Attacking the hoop strong. Can't get that basket. But going to the line would be Cantorna. Or Cantoma rather.
It is Cantorna. You're right. Oh yeah, they changed it.
Tingnan na lang natin siguro yung because the lineups that we have right now,
It's Cantorna.
it could be both, but it is Cantorna. All right.
I've covered this guy for how many games already? In fact, I was supposed to say that he's the first ever junior MPBL player that I was able to talk to. Nakapag heart-to-heart kami, no? And I talked to him about his team, found out how his squad was able to, be formed. By the way, this is still Coach Mark Herrera's project. And just so you know, this Mandaluyong 18u squad is close to the AMA D-League team of Coach Mark Herrera. And they're also close in competition. They played against each other in a tune-up game. They only lost by 1 possession. That's an AMA D-League team, huh? And this is an 18u team.
That shows nga din yung programa na meron itong AMA behind the project of Coach Mark Herrera, who unfortunately likely we won't be seeing for the rest of this ball game.
Wala, na-eject siya eh. Second game natin.
We're now tied at 32. So Manila has clawed their way back from that 12-point deficit earlier. So we see Cantorna back on the line. May special relationship pala kayo to ni Cantorna Migs, no?
Yeah, and I remember him telling me, because he's a known shooter, I remember him telling me that he, gets help from his brother in terms of his shooting, and his target is to hit 5 threes a game. He's nowhere near that right now because he's been trying to do more inside the paint. But he hasn't been making his free throws as well.
Yeah, kasi nga ang gusto niya, Migs, is maka-tres. Okay? Yung goal niya is maka 5 3-pointers. Topacio, speaking of 3-pointers, hits that one. And now Manila will take this lead 35-33 with a minute 56 remaining in our first half.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Ligan ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, junior.
Back in the action, last minute and 50 sa ating 18-under matchup of Manila and Mandaluyong. As Manila was able to take a lead earlier after being down by 12 earlier. Naitabla muli ng Mandaluyong at 35 all. Now Jerson Ang losing the basketball. And all the way to the hoop. Oh! What a sorry miss there para kay Hinogwin. Pirates now, swing to the corner. Jerson Ang attacking the baseline. He will be blocked. Topacio, preemptive foul, but that would still mean free throws para kay Palad.
I hope Ang will get to see this replay. Yes, he had a good fake, but he should have been wiser in detecting an open teammate because the help defense was there, which means they had the mismatch somewhere else. There should have been a kick out to a three-pointer at the right wing. That's one of the things that he can learn. Obviously, we can't expect that as of yet from the kids. But in the pros, I tell you, that's practically mandatory.
Again, parang, yun nga, again, tempting. I would like to use that word again na nakapeke ka na eh.
Oo.
Naiwanan mo na yung initial defender mo eh. So yung mindset mo could be, hey, you know what, I'll be free.
Yes.
Magkakaroon ng opportunity pa loob. Kick out now to Topacio.
Nice
Finds
pass.
Santos underneath. Can't finish with that contact. But also, a couple of free throws coming up for the Pirates.
I actually admire the big men of the Pirates. You mentioned they have been running the floor, but they have been positioning themselves as well. They look to be skillful enough to maneuver inside. Now, we haven't seen any post-action as of yet, but in terms of getting that ball and finishing, yes, we approve as of this moment.
As Santos misses on the first. Good size on this kid.
Oo. May na-report si Daphne kanina na walang 6-footer eh. Was she talking about Mandaluyong or Manila?
Baka ano daw, 5'11", no? So,
5'11".
so, technically, wala naman daw silang 6-footer. Look at that escape. The speedy Orbania. Last 40 seconds now. Jerson Ang once again trying to attack. Looking to drop it off. Stolen. Palad runs the break. Attacking two. Can't finish.
Nice
But right
follow.
there is Awa to clean it up.
May awa para sa kanya.
Santos once again running the floor. Kahit habulin itong mga gwardiya ng junior Microsmith. Able to get that foul. Rewarded with 2 shots once again.
I like it. He has good body control to keep his balance ball control as well, because when you're a big man, everybody will try to swipe that ball away from you. That's practically the wisest thing that a guard can do. If not draw the charge against a big man. You're talking about the height of this guy just a while ago, and I'd like to domino onto what Daphne said. No, yes, wala pang 6-footer. Kung ano mang team yung pinag-usapan niya. But you have to understand, these are 18-year-olds, which means, genetically speaking, they have 3 more years to grow. I hope we don't take it against them that no one's a 6-footer as of now.
Just yet, no?
Oh.
It's Orbania. Nice anticipation by Gicoso. But he will turn it back over to Mandaluyong. The last 9.1 seconds. So, Mandaluyong would be wise to hold on for the last shot. Holding on to this 3-point lead, which they wish to extend and build some momentum heading into the second half. Dahil nga, yung Pirates, they have shown that they're not here to back down. Despite the record nga nitong junior Microsmith and that early 12-point advantage. So Orbania may ipit dito. Siya naman ang magta-turnover to the Pirates. Just when I said last shot time para sa junior Microsmith, I now say it's last shot time for the Manila Pirates.
Di ka sure. Tignan natin.
Well, okay.
We never really know now.
Yep.
But you made a good point. Great defense, by the way, by Manila in that previous sequence. There seems to be some blood.
Yep.
Mukhang may nakalmot. And usually when there's blood on a player, you can't play. It has to be bandaged. There's actually a blood stain on the shorts of number 16. That is Topacio for Manila.
Siyempre, safety first tayo dito,
Oo.
Mix. The player safety. You need to bandage that up.
Now, because they're kids, uso sa kanila yung pagpag lang. Mataas pa yung tolerance for pain, but blood is already an absolute measure, folks. We can't contest it anymore. It has to be bandaged.
And yun nga, nakita na natin si Topacio heading to their dugout. To have that taped and addressed. But Manila, they would want to execute on this virtually the last possession. Working to trim this 3-point deficit heading into the second half.
Oh! There
Bad
you go.
Pass, Orbania for 3. Closing out this quarter. Yup, you said it. Last shot para sa Mandaluyong. Ano ba sinabi ko? Hindi ko naman talaga last shot for Mandaluyong. 43-37. 6-point lead here for the junior Microsmith as we look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. It was Orbania's escape earlier against 2 Manila Pirates. For our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game, babalik tayo with the second half.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo.
It's a few minutes before we resume our second half of action between Manila and Mandaluyong. We look at some highlights from that first half. Mandaluyong figured to start strong, building on that early 12-point lead. But Manila immediately finding a response behind some timely baskets from their squad. A balanced attack for both squads so far, Migs.
Well, if you would look at the statistics, nothing is really too drastic here except for the fact that Mandaluyong did force a couple of turnovers to their advantage, leading to 8 more shot attempts for them, although they haven't been converting with the best of their abilities. Only at 40% for Mandaluyong and 48% on the other end for Manila, who have controlled the pace. Yes, it has been fast from time to time. Yun naman talaga yung nature ng mga bata natin na gusto nilang tumakbo. But the control, as we broke down in the first half, it can be more evident in the 18 under division. So props to Manila for that. And I think there's a big possibility that this could be a toe-to-toe match.
Another three-pointer. They ended the second quarter with a 3. Punzalan starts them off with another 3 ball and comes up with a steal. 5 straight points.
We saw this in the first half. In the first quarter, to be more specific, Mandaluyong off to a good start. But then again, that doesn't mean that this will continue.
The Pirates call for that foul. And, parang kung kakabit natin dun sa end of the second mix, this is an 8-0 run in the last, I guess, minute and a half for the junior Microsmith.
Mabilis yun.
Yep.
Swing na yun.
Lobo na naman sa 11. Kalamangan dito ng Mandaluyong as Alerio will be called for that traveling.
Biggest lead was at 12 points. Malapit-lapit na to. Just took a minute for them to be at this rate again. It surely felt different at halftime.
And yun nga, Russell Bayani may iniinda pa. That shows how deep din itong Mandaluyong squad is as Gicoso finds his way inside. That is now 13 points para sa kanya. Well, he did highlight him as the marquee player for the Manila Pirates. So far, living up to that expectation.
But those have been 13 quiet points from him.
Sidestepping his way through, gets that basket to go is Barcena.
Great calculation on that 1-2 step with the body contact as well. No foul call, but still 2 points for him. That's his first 2 points as well in this game.
Palat gets the kick out. Strong on that 3. Gicoso.
Nice.
Nice escape dribble. Finds Topacio. Is able to address that wound earlier. Too strong that floater. Takbuhan na naman dito sa kabila. Punzalan. And gets that finish plus a foul. Power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the junior MPBL. So make that 7 points now para kay Punzalan dito sa quarter alone.
It looks to have been Hinogin who made that basket. Yes, it is him.
Oh, Hinogin rather. My mistake.
I won't blame you for that because he and another one of his teammates, they're wearing wrist tapes, which could be deceiving.
Able to complete that 3-point play. Back to an 11-point lead now para sa Red Shirts. Orbania tries from outside. Can't get the bounce. Fortunate whistle there for Mandaluyong as Barcena was looking to receive that outlet pass.
Manila has been trying to run on its own pace, but they have been getting less opportunities at it as compared to Mandaluyong. Credit that to the pressure defense of Mandaluyong. It's because of that defense that has generated more fast break opportunities for them.
Itong Manila would want to kind of keep it a bit manageable. They have completed one comeback, able to get the lead from Mandaluyong after trailing by 12 nga. Gicoso will miss on that corner 3. Loose ball foul will be whistled. Seems to be Awa na mapipituhan dito. Yep.
I like your reminder about that lead of Manila in the second quarter. Parang hindi masyadong nalalayo yun, no? At mabilisang nakabawi na itong Mandaluyong. Credit that to their fast pace.
Parang forgettable yung time na lumamang yung Manila eh, no? Parang it was just really parang blip lang siya in the radar as we look at the beautiful fans enjoying this Sunday action.
Wonder what they're looking at right now.
Sabi nga ni Sir Benji, no? Grabe naman tong mga fans natin. Nanonood na live, nanonood pa sa live stream.
Oo nga.
Sa layup completed there for Hinogin. Extending this lead now to their biggest lead so far, 13. Quaterno, though, answers immediately. Back to 11. Can't afford, though, to just exchange baskets is Manila.
Right. The defense has been a bit loose here. Not that time around as that Santos who got hit hard.
He's holding on to his midsection, and yun nga. Wonder if they are Mandaluyong or Manila fans. We will find out. Meantime, punta muna tayo kay Daphne for a report. Daphne?
Earlier in the halftime, nag-extra shooting nga lang itong Team Mandaluyong. But before that, sinabi ni Coach Jay na they just have to stick to their defense and there's no room for complacency. On the other side of the court naman, para sa Team Manila, pumunta sila sa dugout and they discussed about the big men being out-rebounded during the first half. So here in the third quarter, dominance in getting the ball and power and driving to the basket. Yun ang hinahanap ni Coach Wilson. Let's see about that as I turn it over to you, Jaime and Migs.
Banggit ni Daphne, no? For Mandaluyong, no complacency. They are atop the standings and yun nga, malaking lamang nila dito. As Awa, beautiful sidestepping move.
That's what Daphne just talked about. The defense of Mandaluyong that they want to stick with, and it has turned into offense once more.
Mga Pirates want to address their rebounding, but Santos kailangan nga umupo dito as we saw him hit earlier. Attended to by our medics. At props dito kay Giko Sumix. No? He's really been trying to buhatin itong Manila back into this ball game.
Well, that's his job, as he is the star after all of Manila. Gikoso himself is number 8 in the league in scoring at 20 per outing with 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals as his averages. But remember, Daphne reported about the big men of Manila. Now, I'd like to see him drop that ball off on easy circumstances for his big men. Probably do the driving, penetrate, absorb the defense, get your big men free, and then dish that ball off.
As Awa gets that pass from Palad, hindi naman pinahiya. And one finish. Power move once again brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Gets that foul from Troy Gicoso pa nga. No Awa needed. Gets that and one to go.
Something looked to have happened after that sequence. Might have been a minor altercation. Ang maganda, nakontrol agad yan, referees natin.
Calling for a review, it seems, is the bench of Mandaluyong. Seems Lerio was the one involved in that skirmish para sa Mandaluyong. From the Manila Pirates, not sure who he had a minor altercation with.
Well, it's been a very emotional evening with a lot of physicality, a lot of pressure on the players since our 2 prior divisions. And you can only imagine that there's some pride at stake here. Coach Marquineta is back at the bench of Mandaluyong. So he might just be a reminder for Mandaluyong to try to secure this victory.
And from that replay nga, it seems to be Barcena and Hinogin. So it would be Manila to shoot.
Was that a double warning and then a tech? Ganun ba yung tawag?
Yeah, dahil pumasok daw sa court from the bench. That's what I understood from the call. That's why we see Topacio here on the line. So
Si Topacio yung may bloody jersey, no, kanina. Now, to my understanding, when I talked to the referees, there was no bleeding on Topacio himself. So everybody's wondering where it came from. But there is a rule that you can't play with blood stains on your jersey nor your shorts. So it's good that he actually has a
Spare.
A spare. And that's kudos to the management of Manila.
Imagine not having one, no?
Oo. Wala na siya.
Well, we are in Manila. They are Manila team. So baka may gustong tumulong to, laban ng mabilisan. Hindi
Nilaban ng mabilis eh.
Kung taga Mandaluyong ka, baka hindi ka pagbigyan. Hindi. Pero to, Manila Pirate po ako. Baka pwede naman po.
Ito pala yung nangyari nung halftime.
Awa gets another basket. The lead has ballooned to 15. Caicedo almost losing it. May ipit siya sa sulok. Looking for a friend. Napaganda pa to Quaterno. An end one din naman for the Pirates.
Great
Marcena.
patience. Great patience by Manila on that play. That's big man to big man. Bit of a lucky bounce as well as the ball came off of Awa. But I want to commend the defense of Mandaluyong. Not only the 5 players on the court, but their bench as well. I hope everybody understands that when you're a player on the bench, you still play a role in terms of being a distraction or trying to provide motivation for your teammates. May epekto rin yan, the way you communicate.
I remember, I forget if it was PJ Tucker who was being interviewed in a podcast. Tapos, he was... See some players on the floor. Good to see both players back up on their feet. So going back to yung storya na narinig ko nga kay PJ Tucker, no, that yung management nila after the game showed him a video. And he didn't play the whole game. Tapos pinakita daw sa kanya yung video of PJ Tucker, parang nagmumukmuk siya sa bench.
Oh,
dahil
really?
nga hindi siya nakakalaro.
Okay.
And right there and then, he understood na, mukhang time is up for me in this team. Dahil even if you are just on the bench, as you pointed out, ine-expect pa rin nila na, you're cheering on your
Yeah, you're
teammates,
up and
right?
about.
Celebrating kung nakaka-shoot, ganyan. Or egging on them to defend kapag naghahabol kayo, this and that. So, tumitingin pa rin pala talaga yung mga tao, not just the players on the court, but also their players on the bench and their demeanor.
And for you to have described PJ Tucker in that way, that's really ironic. He's not known to be a quiet guy. Actually, his role wherever he is in the NBA is to be that vocal veteran.
I remember him sharing na yun nga sa early part of his career nung time na
Bata pa
napunta.
siya.
Bata pa siya. Napunta yata siya sa Russia, I think. He played overseas
Okay.
after that. And then nung nakabalik na siya sa NBA, tumatak na sa kanya yun. So,
Okay.
alam na niya how to be that, teammate that regardless kung whether nakukuha mo yung gusto mong minuto or not, that you have to keep a positive attitude.
Yes. That's a nice story.
Gicoso will be fouled going to the line. So, Mandaluyong mounting this 15-point lead. This was just 6 at the end of the first half. Pero yung parang heartbreaking din for Manila that it could have just been a 3-point lead. Pero they gave up that errant pass dun sa huling possession nila. Tapos nakakuha pa ng corner 3. Yung Mandaluyong at the end of the second quarter. Mukhang that momentum carried over here in the third. And now it's a 15-point advantage.
As opposed to the first half, Manila had answers in a very quiet manner. Now, quietly, Mandaluyong is actually increasing its lead. And to your point, they've been doing this without Russell Bayani, who's just smiling and laughing at the sideline.
And all smiles lang naman talaga ang pwedeng ibigay nito ni Russell Bayani. And Coach Mark Herrera also just relaxing on his chair.
Oh, he deserves this. He should rest. Ito, I tell you, if commentating at the sidelines for how many games is challenging, what more if you're actually coaching? You're standing up, you're yelling at your players, and you're also thinking of your strategies. Mas mahirap talaga yun.
Working the officials.
Oh, yeah. Which he did a lot.
Did a lot of, yeah. And look at Santos. Pounding his way through inside for another power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of Junior MPBL. And nice to see him kasi nakita nga natin siya hurt earlier on the baseline. Pagkabalik niya nga dito, and pounding it inside dito sa bigs. Kasi yun nga yung tinatry emphasize ni Manila during the half. They seem to be making a more conscious effort going to their bigs in this latter part of the third.
Antonio Miguel Santos is now in double figures with 10 points, 5 rebounds. I still want to see him post up. Yun naman talaga kapag bata, no? There's a lot of experimentation going on. So why don't we challenge them as well?
Nice save by Gicoso to Topacio. Would miss though. Gicoso there for the putback.
Do-it-all guy. Gicoso is the leading scorer and rebounder for Manila. That's 18 points and 6 boards.
Trabaho kung trabaho para dito kay Troy Gicoso. 3 ball. That would go for Cantorna. Nandun na. Apat na lang. Apat na lang.
Una pa lang yun. Layo pa.
Gicoso pulling up. Look at this guy. Talagang, you know, the offensive arsenal of Troy Gicoso. Sabi mo nga, doing it on both ends.
And kaya niya eh. He has that build that, you know, is versatile enough to be quick and is strong enough to be physical inside.
Back-to-back baskets here para sa Pirates. That was Barcena completing that fast break layup. Single point deficit now, 9 points. Hinahabol pa rin dito ng Manila Pirates. Corner 3 naman for Mandaluyong would miss. Sa rebound battle, pupunta sa Manila ang bola. Foul will be whistled here against Tabinas. And both teams are in the penalty. So Troy Gicoso would be going to the line. That's Tabinas' fourth foul. Tingnan nga natin if they would still put back Russell Bayani in this ball game, as Tabinas nga is in foul trouble.
Maybe a couple more possessions. Because if I'm the coaching staff of Mandaluyong, I have to make sure that Bayani will be available in the playoffs. He cannot afford to re-injure his ankle if that's his injury. I'm sure it's on his foot.
So look at some fans na kasama pa rin natin dito despite the time. So appreciate the people here in the San Andres Sports Complex.
Iba dyan, may pasok pa bukas ha.
Santos tries again, won't go. Balik sa Mandaluyong ang bola. Opportunity sana, mapababa pa to even smaller lead tong kalamangan ng Mandaluyong. At now just 8 points. Fernandez swings it. Nice move. Drop pass inside. Beautiful find. That was Gaitos with a finish.
That really seems to be a skill of the Mandaluyong players. Extending to their 16 under division, they have a ton of talented guards. And so off-the-ball movement is key for the forwards and centers.
So finds himself inside. Is Matias. JB Matias. Who I believe is the son of Ronnie Matias.
Oh, really? Well, let me look at his face. Gotta be the judge on this.
Look at the face, eh, no?
Medyo mahirap. Talaga, Ronnie Matias is your dad?
I think I heard that in one of the reports in one of the games I covered yung Manila Pirates.
Then I want to see him post up or get a ton of boards. That's what Ronnie Matias is known for.
Misses on the first. Minute and 10 remaining in our third quarter. So the Pirates, at least nababa nila to something more manageable heading into the fourth.
This is somewhat similar to what they did in the first half. Tahimik lang yung comeback nila. Risky pass, but well placed there.
Santos, though, unable to finish. Bandalan also would miss. Rebound battle. Manila recovers. The foul will be called here against Mandaluyong, and that would mean free throws para kay De La Cruz.
So aggressive there was Mandaluyong on the pressure. Well, they're known for that, but you have to be careful as well. Free throw shooting natin. It's at 12 out of 20, 60%. So that's the league average. Now not anymore, as They missed their 21st free throw. 12 out of 23 naman. So below the league average as well for Mandaluyong.
Chance to make up for the second. De La Cruz gets it to go. This is his first point in this ball game. The last 50 seconds. To the
Nice
corner.
pass.
Another 3 ball. And another 4-point play. And ito na. Umiinit na sa labas si Cantorna para sa junior Micro Smith.
And he absolutely knew what he was doing with that play. Fishing for that foul. Carlos is a known shooter. There was, yes, a bit of an extension. I want to review it once again. Ayun, no? Sumipa ng onte. Sometimes that could be a 50-50 call, depending on our referees. And of course, they know much better than we do. So we trust their decision. Good thing for Cantorna, though, was him completing the 4-point play.
So, tatlo na lang ang hinahabol niyang 3-pointers dito in order to respect your pact. Gusto niyang makalima. Off the glass won't work para kay JB Matias as Santos will be called here for a loose ball foul. Babalik ang bola dito to the other end for a couple of free throws para kay Casera. And just when I said that Manila was able to bring this down to a manageable lead heading into the fourth, a string of points starting with that 4-point play from Cantorna and a couple of free throws dito para kay Casera might be enough of a caution heading into the last 10 minutes para sa Mandaluyong to secure this victory.
Well, you did also mention here in the third quarter that that has been the pattern. Lapit ng onti ang Manila and then babawi ang Mandaluyong, which should be not the case for the Pirates. They're going to need to be a lot more disciplined here.
Fernandez will miss inside. 16 seconds remaining in our ball game. Manila will keep it. And I won't say it, Migs. I won't say it. That I would just say that there's 14.9 seconds remaining on the clock.
No more shot clock.
No more shot clock. That's it.
We might see, what, 3 or 4 more possessions here?
Go to De La Cruz. May ipit siya dito.
There you go.
Mandaluyong with that steal. Couple more free throws for Gaitos.
Oh, ilan yun? Dalawa agad, di ba?
And I'm relieved. Kung mababawiin ko na naman eh. Kung sakaling binitawan ko.
You know, I don't know if there's a defensive mindset as to when you know that there is limited time, you tend to pressure more. And then you eventually force a turnover. Di ko alam kung nasa defense ba yun or nasa offense ba yun. Na masyado ko yung nanggigigil na umiscore that you tend to turn the ball over or shoot quickly.
This wasn't the first time na yun
Yeah.
yung exact scenario na nangyari.
Well, so far, if I'm going to answer my question, I still blame the offense.
Not able to execute. No? Usually yung mga ganon na alam mong last possession ka na, you have something drawn up. As Barcena attacks off the glass.
Oh, pang ilang possession na to? That's like 3 more possessions in the last 14 seconds.
Manila will finish with that layup, but still trailing by 12, 75-63 at the end of our third quarter. So take a look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Awa. And that sidestepping move, escaping 2 defenders for our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game. Huling 10 minuto sa aming pagbabalik.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex. Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to.
Action resumes dito sa San Andres Sports Complex in Manila. Fourth quarter na po tayo. Mandaluyong and Manila Pirates figuring out on this last game of this 9-game slate on this Sunday. I'm Mandihar. Kasama pa rin si Migs Gomez bringing you the action. It's a great start here for Manila dahil naghahabol nga sila dito. They would want to make some noise early. Give themselves a shot. And Caicedo starts it off with a power move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL.
I can't afford to miss free throws anymore. They missed 9 already in this game out of 22. There seems to be a technical foul. Oh. What happened? What did Coach Kit do? And so Coach Mark will have to stand up again for the fourth and final
The
frame.
irony makes, no?
He has come alive, Coach Mark Herrera.
Ako yung nag-take over sa'yo kanina eh.
Oo.
So, ikaw naman dito.
Oo. Here's Coach Mark. Welcome back, sir. We
Sarap
missed
na
you.
nakupo ni Coach Mark
Oh,
eh.
my. That's why Coach Kit also wasn't too worried when he got ejected. Hindi naman si Coach Mark eh. Siya na bahala.
Caicedo completes that three-point play, bringing this lead now to a single point deficit. 9. Ang hounding Teodoro to the corner once again. It has been that the sweet spot para dito sa Mandaluyong as Punzalan hits another one.
That hurts a lot. That's Mandaluyong's 9th three-pointer out of 23 tries, which is already a good percentage because the lead average is 25%.
So yung end one nga sa kabila, instantly negated by that three-pointer. Manila will try once again.
I hope that doesn't deflate them. That's usually the case kapag naghahabol ka, unti-unti.
That move by Caicedo. I could mistake him for a guard with moves like that. And
Yeah.
yung kanina din eh. Alam ko si Caicedo rin yun who kind of took it coast to coast.
That's a good reflection of his skill set because he might need to transition as a forward when he grows older.
Punzalan can't make it back to back. Topacio. Long two para kay Galeos. That won't go.
Could have been big.
They would keep it. Coach Wilson Ang trying to call out instructions in their bid to come back in this ball game. It's Cantorna back in the ball game, replacing Punzalan.
Oh, look at that defense. Just very animated Cantorna is.
Galeos off the dribble. Back to an 8-point lead now. Manila Pirates really just knocking on the door.
Yeah. You can use a lot of metaphors here. Whispering from behind. All of the small steps for them. But then again, can they continue doing this? Because stops haven't been happening for them.
Another 3-ball falls dito para sa Mandaluyong. That was Palad getting that 3 to go.
That's 10 threes for Mandaluyong.
Caicedo will lose it. Sabi mo nga kanina, you wouldn't want to be deflated from these conversions from 3. Pero
Yes.
parang can't help but, nakakadalawa ka dito, pero bibigyan ka naman ng 3 dito sa
Oo.
kabila.
Masakit talaga yun. Can't trade 2s for 3s. Okay pa sana no, if Manila's doing it instead of Mandaluyong at mas lalong lumalapit yung score natin. Turnovers also hasn't helped Manila. They already have 21 in this game as compared to the 14 of Mandaluyong.
So see Cantorna back on the line, missing on the first.
15 out of 29 now, Mandaluyong is at the stripe.
Minsan nga, not just Cantorna, no? Like shooters from outside that pag dinala mo sa
Free throw.
charity. Diba? Parang
Weird,
doon pa sila
yes.
nagsastruggle. No?
It's really weird.
Parang I can't seem to find the logic. Shooter ka nga, di ba? Tapos kung kailan po wala ka pang bantay, that's where you struggle. As Topacio misses on his 3-ball. Recovers the miss. They look to reset. They go to Ang, but stolen by Orbania. And it takes it all away.
Another turnover and 2 more easy points. It's like Mandaluyong's the one catching up.
84-70 now, 14-point advantage para sa Junior Micro Smith. Galeon misses. Caicedo there to recover and another and one para sa kanilang big man.
It's 11 points with 6 rebounds now for Caicedo. So yes, they continue to try to pound it inside, which is what they have been wanting to do as reported by Daphne. But can you complement that with stops? Paulit-ulit na tayo dito. But then again, paulit-ulit din na nangyayari on the court. Big props though to Caicedo and the rest of Manila for trying and trying here. This is actually a good reflection of their characters.
Especially on their home court. No? Talagang yung pride, dapat umiral yan. I'm sure there are a lot of friends, family watching, not just dito sa ating venue, but also in the stream.
Mabuhay po kayo at maraming salamat sa panonood.
They've been trying. Sinogin. Another 3-ball. Talaga naman. Hindi na uubusan. Every time Manila would find a way to, yun, parang, sige, build tayo ulit ng momentum.
Yeah.
Putol agad. Next play pa lang, tas 3-pointer pa.
That's 11 out of 26 now in 3-point shooting for Mandaluyong. 42% efficiency. At this pace, this game is absolutely over.
Gicoso looking for his first basket dito sa ating fourth quarter. It did keep Manila, afloat dun sa ating third. Looking to do the same here in the fourth quarter. So Caicedo muna, bumuhat. First half, maybe that's enough for Gicoso to kind of, get some gas left. Make that final push.
Now, Gicoso obviously is a talent for Manila, but I believe they need another playmaker. They're missing some pieces here. They do have good big men, but I would compare them to a guy like Joel Embiid. Embiid is a type of center who needs a facilitator on the court general.
Cantorna, halfway through his promise, getting another 3-pointer. This has now ballooned to a 16-point lead. As Coach Mark pa nga ang makakuha ng bola dito.
Oh, now he's looking happy.
I'm pretty sure. Konting ngiti naman dyan, Coach Mark. 16-point advantage to.
This is a team that lost by a single possession to the AMA D-League team. And there's 4 3-pointers already. For Carlos Cantorna, isa na lang, kota na siya.
What are the chances, no? Yung kwento mo is that he wants to make 5 3-pointers a game. Hindi ba naman yung pukol lang ng pukol para lang umabot dun eh. But in his case, he's shooting at a high clip. With the left is that's Galeos rather. Stopping the bleeding here for the Pirates. But still a 17-point lead. Kailangan nilang habulin dito. Cantorna, there you go. Blows a kiss. He knows. Boundary na ako, Migs.
And here's the thing. They know that we're talking about him. And it's not just Carlos. A teammate of him, itong si, I think it was Gaitos. He just gave us a gesture. They want him to keep on shooting.
Alam nila yung kwento rin na kailangan nga makalima nito ni Cantorna. And when he hit that, naman, no? Para sa'yo ata, Mix. Ewan ka,
Yeah,
parang directed ata sa'yo, no?
They just let him hit 5 threes and now he's subbed out. Okay, Carlos.
Okay.
You're done. Good night.
Thank you, good night.
Okay na.
We'll see you again, Manila. It's 5 threes. I'm good.
I'm sure his brother is proud. But if you can work on your free throw shooting, that might be helpful for you.
Yeah. Maybe yun yung bigyan niyang objective sa'yo next time, Migs, no?
Oh, pwede.
Goal ko, Migs, 5 straight free throws, maybe.
Pwede, kasi 4 out of 9 siya ngayon eh. Mas maganda pa nga yung 3-point shooting niya sa free throw shooting.
Again, mind-boggling.
Oo.
Bakit may mga ganong klaseng players that can hit the lights out from beyond the arc but with no defender on their face?
Well, my theory to that is, of course, gonna go back to the art of practice in basketball. There are some kids or some people who practice three-pointers so much to the point na nakakalimutan nilang mag-shooting from other spots, from the mid-range, from the free throw line. And I would really encourage you guys to shoot a lot of free throws because it doesn't take too much effort in shooting free throws. Yun nga yung nagiging pahinga ng maraming shooters when they're tired from using much of their legs with their three-point shooting. Doon sila sa free throw. And the shooters in world basketball, like Stephen Curry, who else? Ray Allen, Steve Nash. Look at their free throw percentages. Matataas yung mga yan.
Gaitos plus a foul. Piling it on is Mandaluyong. 2 points away from the century mark, 98-80. 18-point advantage na para dito sa junior Microsmith. And wag na tayo lumayo, Migs. Just going back to your point on free throws. The last 2 ball games, itong 14 and 16 under matchups of Manila and Mandaluyong, the tail end of that ball game, it was kind of a free throw shootout.
Yeah.
Parang kung sino na lang yung makakahulog ng kanilang freebies. And it finished with just a 2-point margin. And imagine if some players na nakamintisin nga, 4 of 9, I'm sure babalikan mo yan and you would say, if I could have only dropped, or synced 2-3 free throws more, it would have been a different ball game sana.
Yeah.
101 points now. Breaking the 100-point barrier is Mandaluyong as Gicoso still trying dito.
I really can feel for the Manila Pirates right now. They fought so hard, but closing out has been a problem to these shooters. Giving out 40 3-point bombs to Mandaluyong, 5 of those to Carlos Cantorna.
Look to make it at least a decent margin are the Pirates.
Oh, that's a foul. Ito namang si Awa. You don't have to argue anymore. That was too easy to call.
Sabi mo nga, 1% lang ng players ang umaamin. Sila nga ang pumaul. Coach Mark would now be bringing in few of the other players that yung si energy guy na sinasabi natin the start of this ball game started for them was David Cruz.
And by the way, he's the only guy who I have ever seen wear a sleeve in the junior MPBL. I don't know if you were able to. What's the right grammar here? You've been able to see one so far.
Shooting sleeve.
Diba?
Yep.
Hindi common yan.
Tsaka it will stand out. Kung may makita ka, masasabi mo talaga na one is wearing it. And that shooting sleeve just might help in that floater.
May celebration pang too small. There's the animation. Celebrate ulit.
103-86. And David Cruz giving us something to smile about at the end of this ball game. The intensity on this kid. And look.
All right, David, I know you have good intentions, but you have to be careful with your celebrations. This is already a done deal. Yeah, you don't want to be called for a tech at this point.
Last 3 minutes when we get back.
In basketball, victory is the culmination of teamwork, strategy, and relentless pursuit. It's the swish of the net echoing triumphantly, a testament to the hours of practice and the heart poured into every play. On the casino floor, victory is a dance with fortune, where strategy and luck intertwine. Elevate your game with Apex, Register now.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Back with the last 3 minutes of action. This 18-under matchup of Manila and Mandaluyong. Pirates staring at this 17-point lead as Cruz misses on that one. Topacio off the glass, gets it to go. It's impending victory para sa Mandaluyong Migs would solidify their hold atop the standings. 6-1. They still have a couple of games left bago matapos ang kanilang elimination round. And for the Pirates naman, this is their last game of the elimination round and they would likely slide to 3-7, which may mean that they will get into the playoffs but would figure on that play-in.
Yeah, you only have to be at least the 10th seed to survive. But the more interesting fact is the one that you mentioned about Mandaluyong. They're number 1 with Pampanga catching up on their tail end. That will be a good matchup come the North Division playoffs. I've yet to cover Pampanga. Have you covered them? Kamusta sila here in the 18-under division?
Pretty strong. They were undefeated heading into yung matchup nila yesterday. They figured to a very close matchup with Antipolo. Down to the last possession din yun, if I remember correctly. I covered that game. And yeah, their lone loss. And syempre, Pampanga team yan. And I'm sure from your MPBL experience, you know that any Pampanga team would, really give fits to their opponents.
I would even go as far as saying that in any division, including the seniors, Pampanga can give us 2 basketball teams and they would still be competitive. That's how deep they are.
Ano bang meron sa Pampanga Mix? Yung sisig ba dyan? Ewan ko minsan, kasi hindi sila nauubusan eh. And then sabi mo, they could build 2 teams and maybe even if they wanted to build 2 18-under teams, 16-under teams, and 14-under teams, I'm sure they could and they would still be highly competitive.
Well, the answer is actually Governor Coach Dennis Delta Pineda's basketball program that has stemmed through their grassroots. So mga bata pa lang, no? Train na sila. They even house some players in order to groom them. Eventually, they not only play in Pampanga, but they let them compete outside. And so ngayon, nakikita na natin yung Pampanga teams well represented in major leagues. Pampanga Giant Lanterns themselves are number 1 in the MPBL right now, and they're filled with homegrowns. The best player in the MPBL is Balti Baltazar, and he is a homegrown.
And yun din naman talaga yung nagagawa ng the likes of MPBL and then syempre sa atin dito sa Junior MPBL, giving that platform for these players to develop. More than the programs that the Pampanga has, which hopefully the other LGUs could emulate. Something that they could look at and say, pwede rin namin gawin yan. May the likes of, I know they do that as well. Hindi ko lang alam kung anybody does it the same way as Pampanga sa dami nga ng kanilang nag-groom na players. But just the platform that Junior MPBL is given dito sa mga bata.
I'm sure that's a part of the vision of Senator Manny Pacquiao, no? Because he loves basketball so much that now he has, tapped on the kids. At some point, even, I'm going to give you a teaser here, there might be a senior league, 40 and up. So watch out for that.
Interesting. Yeah. And for Senator Manny, just casually dropping that triple-double.
No.
All-star game.
Normal na sa kanya yun. Oh, you don't want to be going up against him in any league.
The last few seconds of this ball game, Mandaluyong just try to milk as much clock as they could. Last 22.3, 107 to 90. And despite what the score indicates now, Migs, no, Manila did have that moment, especially in the first half when they not just came back, but even briefly took a lead. Talagang hindi lang nila na-sustain. And yeah, they would be falling short against this Mandaluyong squad. They will also be winning this virtual best of 3 between Manila and Mandaluyong, winning this 18-under matchup.
What a calm way for us to end the night after being so tense in the 3 prior games. Duke, we do congratulate itong Manila Pirates, no, for fighting so hard. They showed us good character in this matchup. Obviously, giving up so many 3-pointers did not help them out.
So look at our Apex Gaming 88 move of the game, the 5th 3-pointer, completing yung kanyang quota. Was Contorna from the junior Microsmith, blowing a kiss to the crowd, sealing itong victory nga para sa Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith, 107-90.
Well, Cantorna actually was the top scorer with 19 points on 5 3-point makes. So, quota siya. We congratulate him on air. Pero hindi na muna natin ibibigay sa kanya yung player of the game natin. No? And again, there's an impending challenge for him to shoot better in his free throws next time around. That can be the new challenge of his kuya. But I selected a guy who was pretty consistent on both ends of the floor for the whole of this game. He was very aggressive, shooting the most number of shots for Mandaluyong. His steals number is 6. That won't necessarily be reflected later on in our graphics. So I hope we don't take him for granted on the defensive end of the floor.
And yan na nga, puntahan na natin ang ating Apex Gaming 88 player of the game, who is with our Daphne Cristobal.
Jevy Hinogin, our Apex Gaming 88 player of the game. Congratulations sa'yo, pati na rin sa team ninyo. Umpisa pa lang nag-dominate na kayo. Paano kayo nanatiling consistent all throughout sa larong ito?
Yun po, sa depensa po at saka yung mga gugulan natin. Kukulitin niyo. Yun po sa depensa po at saka sa teamwork namin. Tapos yung binibigay na coach na turo, yung assignment namin, yun po, sinusunod lang po namin.
Meron ka bang gustong pasalamatan ngayon or batiin?
Binabati ko po yung mga teammates ko, yung sumusuporta sa akin, yung mga taga-Talayan dyan, and yung pamilya ko po, Ponce, hindi ninugin family po, and sa team management po namin ng Mandaluyong. Maraming, kay Coach Jay po and kay Coach Mark and sa mga coaching staff ng Mandaluyong Tigers. Maraming salamat.
Once again, congratulations, Jevy, and to the rest of Mandaluyong Junior Microsmith. Back to the panel.
Congratulations once again, Jevy Hinogin. So we look at some highlights from this ball game, which was dominated by the red shirts, raining from 3 para sa Mandaluyong.
It really hurt Manila in the second half. The 3-pointers coming from Carlos Cantorna. Hinogin had 2 himself. Punzalan had 4 as well, as he scored 12 points. So all of his points came from downtown. Gaitos also played well with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. And so, congratulations to Mandaluyong. And might I say, I'm very happy with how they reacted, supporting their best player with this award.
And that's a wrap for our last game. Ngayong linggo, magpapaalam na po kami ni Mix Gomez on behalf of Daphne Cristobal and the rest of the production crew. Maraming salamat po sa inyong suporta. We'll see you guys next week for more Apex Gaming 88. Manny Pacquiao's Junior, MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.